April 27th, 2011. Tornadoes rip paths of destruction across our region.
I've been to combat 3 times, and I've never seen devastation like this.
Not even destiny could stop the wicked wind's fury.
They were soulmates.
Yeah, I've heard Marty say that he couldn't live without her, that if the Lord was to take her, he needed to take him with her.
Lives lost, lives left to rebuild.
Everything's gone. The only thing that's left is just me and my wife and my dog.
We lost everything. We lost our home. We lost everything. We're in a tent.
Survivors struggle with mental and physical scars from the horrific night.
It had sucked me up through the closet, through the vent. It was sideways, holding on to the side of the bed.
The tornadoes of 2011. Our region recovers and remembers.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds. April 27th and 28th, 2011, what the National Weather Service now calls a super tornado outbreak.
Absolutely. In that 24-hour period, there were more tornadoes than any other day in U.S. history.
Yeah, that's right, Josh, and we want you to take a look. Record tornadoes, actually. Take a look at this map showing where all the tornado paths were in the southeast. 358 tornado tracks on that 3-day period last April.
Wow. Of course, the human impact of this, more than 350 people were killed in the storms that spawned one of the deadliest tornado outbreaks. The wicked weather, mindless, has no feeling, knows nothing of the pain caused when it weaves its path of destruction. Just take a look at the devastation left behind in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. These scenes look more like a war zone. Thousands of homes just ripped to shreds, destruction as far as the eye can see. Tonight, we are sharing some never-before-seen photos that Mark was able to capture in the aftermath of the storm in Washington County, Tennessee. And the first shows just the true devastation in Ducktown.
Yeah, it's amazing, as you see here, and this is a brick home, Josh, just so much damage through Greene County into Washington County. This is the type of damage we saw here off of Martin Road in the Ducktown area in Greene County, extreme eastern Greene County there.
And I believe we have another shot that you were able to get right on Martin Road.
That certainly is true. This is a house a guy built. The actual roof came off the house right into the front yard. I want to thank Wings Air Rescue for taking us up, getting some of the great photographs.
You were up in the chopper a lot.
Up in the chopper, surveyed the whole area.
Yeah, our region endured the wrath. In total, 10 powerful tornadoes 1 year ago today.
That's right. The National Weather Service confirmed some of the most destructive twisters, 3 EF3 tornadoes and 2 EF2 tornadoes from Greene County to Glade Spring, Virginia.
Some heart-stopping aerial footage here that you got, Mark, right?
That's right. This is a Camp Creek area, which shows the magnitude of an EF3 tornado. That's with winds of 165 miles per hour. Shows you what the winds can do in mere minutes. Incredible video of homes reduced to splinters and strewn about the country. Naturally, unfortunately, killing people and several hundreds of injuries across our region as well. The community had nowhere to hide from the powerful of the storm, and many believed our beautiful mountains could serve as guardian angels, shielding us from the twisters. But we found out during the 2011 that that's not the case during this outbreak.
The whole roof went off and the walls started caving in, so we climbed into the bathroom. We're all safe. We walked away with not a scratch, so even the animals, and a lot of people can't say that.
April 27th. It's a day that many in our region will never forget.
Everything's gone. The only thing that's left is just me and my wife and my dog.
Greene County, Tennessee was one of the hardest hit areas. In a span of less than 4 hours, 5 tornadoes, 2 of which were EF3 with winds of 165 miles per hour, ripped across the Greene County landscape, leaving a trail of death and destruction.
We had calls of a lot of structural damage in the Camp Creek and Horse Creek area. Of course, I went out there then. And my first call was a fatality, and that hit home pretty hard.
In total, Greene County suffered the loss of 7 residents with 293 injuries. 54 homes were destroyed, with another 156 receiving damage, while 88 farms were destroyed and another 109 received some type of damage. Greene Countyans will always remember April 27th, but as you come down here, even to this day, just want to show you the scarring that's still here, a permanent scar across the landscape. But look how close this tornado came to the mountain range. That myth about tornadoes never happening in the mountains, that was proven definitely wrong on that particular day in April.
Greene County has had more tornadoes since 1953 or 55, I believe it is, than any of the surrounding counties combined. You know, we're up to 12 tornadoes now. As the old saying is, well, the mountains keep the tornadoes off of us. No, that's not the way it happens.
A memorial engraved with 8 victims' names who lost their lives in Greene and Washington counties during the last year's tornado will be unveiled tomorrow. The memorial next to Camp Creek School. It includes a bench intended as a place of reflection. A dedication ceremony and unveiling will take place Saturday at 3 p.m. These pictures show you the destruction, but you do not get a true idea of what happened during the tornadoes last year until you hear the survivor stories.
I was headed sideways up the vent through the closet and holding to the bedpost. It sounded like a jet plane had come through the side of the house.
Literally nothing anymore. It's heartbreaking.
It just breaks my heart that these people are suffering.
You just have to not think about all the devastation around you and just focus on trying to rebuild, trying to create normalcy.
I just had a chance this week to meet with the Glade Spring family who literally found themselves in the middle of a twister and are still trying to recover today.
Dexter and Virginia Hicks thought they were safe and went to bed. And then suddenly...
And he said, "Mama,
I said, we better get up, our things outside. We better go downstairs."
And that's all he got out. Then it sounded like a jet plane had come through the side of the house. The walls come in, the windows come in. He was in a whirlwind in the middle of the bed, and it had sucked me up through the closet, through the vent. It was sideways, holding on to the side of the bed. I was clinging to that poster, and it had my feet headed towards the ceiling to suck out.
I funnel was in there, and all that glass was flying. And I didn't know he had her in the closet up there. I couldn't open my eyes.
It must have just let down just a little bit because it let me loose to where I could get across the bed to him and get him by the hand. We had got to the basement steps when something went just like it sucked up, like it was just sucking at everything up. And she said, "It's gone. Everything is gone."
The Hicks, thankful they and their dog escaped the grip of the twister.
In the days and months after the tornadoes, many of you, the viewers, reached out to 11 Connects to share your stories.
I heard the tornado come, had to jump up out of bed, get in the tub.
You cannot put into words the fear that you have and the sound.
It was going over top of the house, the rain was beating the house real hard and it was roaring.
You could hear the roof coming off.
It blew my son's bedroom window out.
I felt just the coldest, freshest air you could imagine. And my husband said, "We're gone, that roof's gone."
Didn't know what to do to protect my kids. All I wanted to do is protect my kids. I was afraid they were gonna get hurt. We couldn't get to the basement because the windows were breaking out in the basement and everything.
We lost our home and everything. We lost friends. People died up here.
It's all gone.
Oh, their house is totally gone. And my uncle, he was killed in the tornado.
It definitely makes you feel different about things. Uneasy, kind of.
I got a few little items that was left, but almost everything was gone.
My sister's house is completely gone.
Never have seen anything like this. It looked like a war zone.
We thank God we made it.
I don't have no idea where to start. I mean, we have nothing left. Gone.
Still just so hard to believe. I'm with meteorologist Nathan Scott. Reminders of the nightmare still exist right now in Johnson County, right?
Yeah, that's right, Josh, especially in the close-knit communities of Doe Valley and Butler.
And that's when it dawns on you, when you look and you realize, you know, the house is gone. And you walk outside and there are no trees standing, vehicles are crushed, there's nothing around, and it's eerie.
The tornadoes scarred the landscape of Doe Valley and the memory of those who survived it.
One of our neighbors, he was yelling, "Help me, I can't find my wife and son."
Leanne Schown lived next door to Andy, Dorothy, and Andrew Isaacs. The tornado destroyed the Isaacs trailer, severely injured Andrew, and killed Dorothy.
Dorothy was a very avid gardener.
For Leanne, it's now a shrine to Dorothy's memory.
I give thanks to my good Christian friends, not only in Mountain City, but South Carolina, Georgia, down Tennessee, Morristown, just different places they come.
Norma Lowe has lived here for more than 40 years, but the tornado ripped her first home to shreds in less than 40 seconds. Where I'm standing right now, this used to be the living room of the old home, but thanks to all the volunteers from around the community, churches, and also from other states, Norma Lowe now lives in her new home, and it's only a few yards away. As Lowe looks through her pictures, she will never forget that day because she thought it would never happen in Johnson County.
Before that time, people were saying, we won't never have one. The mountains will protect us.
This community will be forever changed. Some people have moved away from Doe Valley, but for those who have stayed, they say they are closer and even more committed to each other's safety.
It's the on-the-ground local responders who make the first difference.
Always on call, the first to respond in an emergency. During one of our region's scariest moments of 2011, brave men and women answered the cries for help all across our area. And then our news team, our entire station, knew the communities would need help. That's when we joined forces with the American Red Cross. 2 days after the storm, you helped us raise money for disaster relief. In 2 hours, Tri-Cities region viewers opened their hearts and donated more than $34,000 to help victims to begin that process of rebuilding. It takes money, lots of help to rebuild lives. In our region, an army of volunteers served as really the glue that held communities together.
They're friends and they just come to the aid when you're in trouble.
We're going to show you the impact of their generosity and spirit of giving as we remember the tornadoes of 2011.
We just don't have anywhere to go, and I just hope that we can get some help.
Armies of volunteers answered the call. These giving souls, the unsung heroes that helped raise the spirits of neighbors and launched a recovery effort that really continues to this very day. I'm here with meteorologist Rob Williams. Although the devastation and the destruction left behind by the tornadoes happened a year ago, the need continues tonight, right, Rob?
Yeah, and today I spoke with neighbors and volunteers who still play a vital role in the recovery of the survivors. Survivors such as Debbie Blevins. Her husband died in the tornado, and although the tornadoes tore through homes and lives, that same force of nature has also united a community.
You know, if it weren't for God, at 55 then, to start your life completely all over, everything was brand new. If it weren't for him, you couldn't do it.
For Debbie, it was help from the divine.
We're glad to help you with it.
And for a grateful community, it continues to be volunteer work from Neighbors in Kind.
It'll help to mend some of the wounds that were felt last year. Of course, hard to replace a 200-year-old maple tree, but it's a good start. It's a new birth. It's something you can plant and watch grow and be encouraged by it.
It's just a really nice thing to be able to do on the anniversary with our children who still experience a lot of trauma during the strong storms that we get now. So it's nice to kind of see that new life coming out of sort of a barrenness.
You want something a little bit closer to the house. People that you wouldn't have imagined come in and help out. They've really just come from everywhere. I worked with people from Pennsylvania back immediately after the storm. They came down and wanted to help out. And it was just a tremendous outpouring of support and love for these folks. And it continues today. It really, truly does.
And promises a tomorrow filled with hope for people like Debbie Blevins.
Every day I have people come up to me and say they're praying for me, and you know, just the concern and the outpouring of love, and I'm just blessed.
One year after the tornadoes of 2011, the volunteer spirit remains alive.
But the road ahead remains paved with challenges as hope and area recovers.
Nobody said recovery would be easy because some things ripped away by the storms can never be replaced.
That's right. Tonight, we remember the loved ones that the tornadoes of 2011 took from us. Thank you so much for watching our live special report. Thank you for joining us this evening.